Hey guys, how's it going? Just come out to, obviously by the title of this video, it's just doing a cheap DIY prop stand for your motorbike. But what I wanted to do first is just bring the bike out, and if you don't have anything, what can you do? And and that's laying the bike over on its side, or finding a bloody a stick or a pole, not a bloody stick because that'd break, but a decent branch. So I'm just coming out here. I want to find a bit of sunlight because it'll be better for the camera. But also at the same time, I'm trying to look for a bit of some stick that I can work with. Alright, this is a bugger. I'll do it here. Alright, see you in a minute. Alright guys, so I've found myself a spot. I've got plenty of bloody wood branches that I reckon I'm going to be able to prop the back wheel up and also the front wheel. But let's say that you can't even find bloody a branch or something to prop it up. The simplest way to do it is just to lay the bike down. Obviously make sure your petrol's turned off, and we'll just now, which way do you lay it down? This side, both front and rear are the same. So you basically take your bolt off there, push it out a little bit, and then that means that it's going to be the bolt is going to be pulling out that way. So we've got to lay the bike over this side, so then you can pull the stuff out. Cool. Let's give it a go. Pipes up, and that's basically it. And then, so at the moment, I'll bring you over and you can see it. There you go, poor old Max is down. So now we'll be able to grab that bolt there and pull that out, and as you can see, that's free running. And the front wheel, same deal. And there you go, you can just adjust a little bit, and that's free running. So you could pull that out. If it's gone down in a certain way that it's one of the wheels or tyres are sitting somewhere, you get a rock or a branch and just build under it to make sure it's off the ground. So that's most probably, Jesus, bloody puffing. That's one way of doing it. Now we're going to try and do it with a stick. So obviously I've got to pick the bloody bike back up again. I think the last time when I popped that mono and the bike fell down, I think, the handlebars were inwards. So now this is the opposite way of doing it, which is actually the better way because you have a little bit more leverage. Remember to bend your knees. Up and over. All bananas. Alright, I'm going to go find some branches and then I'll come back to you. Alright, nice bit of whacking. So we're going to use that piece of wood there. We'll try and chock up this rear wheel. So get it under the swing arm. Alright, well that didn't work. Push down pretty hard, make sure that we're going to... Geez, nearly lost my bloody thumb. Where's that pushing through to? Oh. So just as a quick thing, as you can see, that's freed that wheel up. Spent a bit more time, find a bit better bit of wood so it's a bit more solid, and that'll do your back wheel. Yeah. Now we've got to do the front wheel. Now with the front wheel, we'll put it in gear. Because I'm on a bit of a lean here, it's a bit uneven. The idea is to wedge that underneath here. So what we've got to do, push the bike up this way. And there you go. That will have that wheel going. Now obviously, when it's like that, you've got to be careful when you're working on it and pulling stuff off that. You know, that's not exactly the most stable of things to be doing. But in a pinch or a bind or an emergency, that's going to get the job done. All right, so that's the little one. Now there's another way of doing it by utilising up here with a really long piece of wood, which I'll go and find some and we'll do that as well. Bloody thing stuck in there. Oh. All right, big piece of wood. Oh, I said a big piece of wood, but I didn't mean this big, but I think it's going to do the job. The main thing that I'm looking for is like a little bit of a V thing there, where that can go in there as a grip and not slip. So, try and bust that off. Alright, now here's a trick. Sometimes it pays, like we've got the back wheel in gear, sometimes it pays to apply the brake for the front wheel. And that's where I was saying in the toolbox I now carry these, so that's those bloody gotcha straps. I learnt this from when I went on the ferry over to Tasmania, but I never thought of a gotcha strap. So what we do, pull on the brake, that's it, brake's locked on. Every now and then I've got to check to make sure it's still recording. Okay, let's see what we can do with this bloody... Oh, there you go, that's a bit better. I'll have to just keep digging a little hole. Alright, we could dig a little bit better hole, make that a bit more stable. But you can see just by doing that, it's obviously in gear, but that's right up off the thing, so you can stick around with that. And then you just change the angle to do the other side, to the front. Gotta go. Where do I have to go? I think that way will work. Yeah, that's it. And now, same deal. Line it up, push it up. Dig that little hole until it gets to the point where it's going to grab. I'll just grab. just for the sake of it. Alright, there you go. And as I said, just dig a little hole a bit better. There you go. Well, obviously that's the brakes tied on. But there you go. Simple as that. Alright, let's head off back to the man cave and I'll show you that bloody walking stick thing that I had and how to make an easy one of these. Well, not for there, but for underneath there. Cool. Now I'm out here and I was just packing up all the cameras and all the gear and stuff, and I just thought, oh, I'll get some shots of some of the scenery out here, and just started doing it, and then I just stop, because that's the thing, when you're doing videoing stuff, you're going, like, doing this and you're doing that, and you forget, sometimes I forget just to stop and just bloody look around. So I try and do this as much as I can, and just, like, all I can hear is the wind blowing through the trees. Just before I had a plane come over, which is a common occurrence, you know, just the little Cessna planes with their brop 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 bloody propeller sound, which is really good. And then you can the odd car coming through on some of these dirt tracks, but that's it, nothing else. The birds, but I love that the noise of the wind blowing through the leaves of the tree. All right, crapping on too much now. Back to the man cave. Alright guys, it's actually been a couple of days since I took that footage out there in the bush propping the bloody bike up. As per usual, life gets in the way. But anyway, what I want to first tell you is, I'm not coming from experience. That stuff that I did out there, it's just because I've seen that on videos, I've read bloody things on, and seen pictures on websites and all that kind of stuff. So, well, I showed doing that, how to do it. It wasn't really coming from experience. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there. As you can see, you know, you'd be able to do it, basically. I am going to do a wheel change using that system, but that will be a bit later. Alright, so the whole reason of this video was to make a prop stand, a purpose-built prop stand, out of a walking cane, or you can get those, I think the old people use them, they're like chairs that have adjustable legs and stuff like that on them. You know, you can find them at recovery yards, like at the Tip and stuff like that, where you can actually pick them up for a couple of bucks or something like that. But the easiest way, well, for me it was the easiest way, was to go onto eBay and just buy a brand new adjustable walking stick. I'm going to bring you over here and I'll run through all the little bits and pieces, and I think this is going to work out to be about $24, but I tell you what, you could just about nearly make it for nothing. But anyway, we'll run through it now. Alright, so obviously the first thing is an adjustable walking stick. You can see that, it's got all the holes, so obviously that whole thing will move up and down. I bought this off eBay for $16, which I thought was pretty bloody cheap, until me and they were out at the shops. We went into a cheap one of those $2 shops or whatever, and I seen something nearly exactly the same. It wasn't black, they had different colours, but what was it? It was like $2.99. I couldn't believe it. $3 I could have got pretty much the same thing. But anyway, so one of these. Also, I mean, there's other things that that I've seen people do, and that is the like the old people. What are they? They're like a chair, or the ones that go over toilets and stuff like that, and they have the adjustable legs on them. You could find one of those at the old. I've seen them down there at the bloody Tip. You could use one of those. Just cut a leg off and use that the extendable part of it. All right, so we've got. That's the main thing. The only other thing is I went and bought a pack of them, because they came in a pack. They were $2.99. So that's just for the, so it's got that on there. So that's when I cut this, that's going to go on the other side. Might use a bit of duct tape, maybe a bit of super glue. That's pretty much it. And then just to mount it, I'm going to use gotcha straps, and I've got actually blue ones, but I want to use black ones. So I've gone into the little stash there and pinched those out of there. And they're, well, I sell them for $4.95. So when you add up that, and that, you get $24. With these, you don't have to use these. If you've got a bit of just normal Velcro strap stuff, a bit of spare stuff hanging around, you could just use Velcro strap, or go to Big W and buy a bit of bloody Velcro strapping. Those, if you went down the tip or somewhere like that, or you might even have an old chair out the back, you could pinch one of these off a chair or a table or something. And obviously the rest of these bits and pieces are lying around. So really, you know, if you went to the $2 shop, this whole project might cost you bloody $5 to do it. Alright, let's see what we're going to do first. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is work out where we're going to use that. And as you've seen, we already know that. And this needs to be propped under the swing arm. Well, that's the best place that I've found that works good. And for the front wheel, propping it underneath this the header pipe seems to work. I've seen other people actually drill holes in their bash plate and put like a little like a built-up nut or something like that, where they can then stick that underneath there. So whichever way you want to do it, just do it that way. So I know that. So that's about 40 centimetres. Now I actually had Nay help me. I've lifted the bike up to where the wheel will come off, and basically 50 is a really good spot for that. I mean, you've obviously got a bit of tolerance. You just work out what you think is going to be best. For me, it was about 50 centimetres was what I reckon would be the perfect spot, and the minimum spot. And that pretty much was going to work out for the header as well, the header pipe on that side. So that's what I did. Went righto, 50 is what it is, and then I just grabbed this, measured out 50. So at the moment that's 36. If I go to the max, from that cut there to that cut there, so that's the maximum is 50. Now I don't know if I'm doing this right, and I haven't cut it yet obviously, so I don't know if this is going to work out right or whether I'm going to have a problem with it going up, and I don't know. But we'll cut it there and then we'll see how we go. Cool. Alright guys, so I've got the cane, or the walking stick, or whatever the hell you want to bloody call it. I've put it in the vise, and I've been very gentle because it's quite easy to bend that pipe, and I don't want to do that. I've got myself a decent bloody hacksaw this time, with a decent hacksaw blade. And I'm going to take my time with it and cut that nice and straight. Alright. And voila, there you go, all cut up. So that's the bit that we want. Alright, now we just got to put it together. Okay, so the top part, I don't need that. The bottom part, I just got to take that plastic stopper thing off and then throw that one out. Put this on the bottom of here. That's on there. Just put that. Yeah, so it's got a nice little cappy thing on it. So what we're going to do is grab this thing here. This is the part where I wasn't too sure about. Oh yeah, that's not a bad, that's a pretty good bloody fit. So that's it. that's how big it's gonna. That's the for when I strap it on the bike. That's what it's gonna be. So cool. How's that? Bloody brilliant. So that's not very big at all. So the only thing now, because that end bit there, that fitted on that pipe really well, so obviously by luck got the right size stopper, I won't need the duct tape. I was thinking I might have to put that around there to make it a bit bigger, but that's not a problem. So the only thing I'm going to do now, I think, I don't know whether you need it or you don't, but anyway, I'm going to put a bit of super glue on there, on both ends, so that they just stuck on there and they're not going to fall off or bloody or whatever. So I'll just do that now. Done. Alright guys, so that's in its fully folded up position. Obviously you can see that I can fit that underneath there, and then also just fits underneath the header pipe. And then if we fully extend it there, and again that's our 50 centimetres, which I worked out was going to be great. And then obviously for here we wouldn't have it all the way. Might have it, I don't know, maybe there. Oh, maybe one more. And that'll do the front wheel. Cool, alright, so now what we're going to do is I'll move this bike and we'll try and mount it on there somewhere. Alright guys, so I just got to mount this, and I reckon my best option is on this pannier rack. So basically it's just going to have it sit there. So just get one of these gotcha straps. Go through there. Cinch that down. Re-tighten up this other one. There you go. I mean, I reckon that's pretty bloody good. It's out of the way. It's not in the way of anything here. When my bags come over, that's not going to be a problem. I can still get my little bag holder things through there. If they do become a problem, I can always just pull this down a bit. But yeah, that's on there pretty bloody hard. Move that across a little bit. Yeah, cool bananas. But you know what? I haven't bloody tested it yet, so I might take the bike out there and give it a test, see how it goes. Alright, let's test this out. So I've got that off. I'll pull this all the way, because I'll do the back wheel first. And I know that I need it at that 50. Alright. Bloody ripper. So as you can see, that gives that plenty of room. So now we'll give it a bit of a tussle and just see how that goes. I could most probably bring that down a little closer, but we'll just give that a test anyway. Jesus bloody hell, that's rock solid. I mean, I'm fucking really bloody, oh Jesus, oh. Okay, so it's not rock solid. That was just slowly going. But obviously the bottom's a bit wiggled. But yeah, so that'll do it. Alright, now we'll do the front. Alright, so now for the front, I've just adjusted that up, so made it a little bit smaller. I suppose one thing you've got to note is that gets really hot. So obviously if you've just pulled over and you're straight into it, that's not going to have much time to bloody cool down, so you might want to wait for that to cool down, which then might be a really good reason for having that there, but that should cool down pretty quick. At the moment it's cold, so it's not a problem. Alright, let's go. Whoop! That didn't work. Well, that didn't work either. What the hell? Oh, you idiot. Remember to oh no, shit, look at that. that's actually pushed the that little bobble thing through there. Bloody hell. Back to the man cave. Alright, well there you go. That's a fail. I don't know whether I didn't put this little thing right through, or whether it's because there's a bit of movement that it could have slipped under. So if you can see, I'll just try and get that light right. Yeah, you can see that lip there. See how it's pushed that up? So I've got to bash that back down, and it might be the angle at which I face that to stop that from happening again. What do you know? Alright guys, so we're going to give it another shot. I'll bash that down a little bit, but not too much. I didn't want to actually bend it. I'm using the same hole again, because if that's the weak point, well then, yeah, it's not much good. I mean, I could alter this. If this doesn't work out to be very good, yeah, I could always drill holes straight through and then have a screw that goes through. But this was just a really simple way of doing it. Anyway, here goes. Now I can see that starts to push under, so I'm going to try and I'll do a different hole and just see what happens. That's no bloody good. I don't know whether it's the angle. Put it on the... Oh, go in. I'll put it on the very bottom one so it gets more of a straight up and down. No. So there you go. That means obviously there's a whole lot more weight up the front, which makes sense obviously, as opposed to there, which is making this absolutely bloody useless. Alright guys, so that was a big fail, but not a total fail. I'm going to leave all that footage in there just so that you can see. Obviously other people that have used these, they might have got a stronger version of it. You know, it says made in China. Maybe legs off the bottom of chairs are a lot stronger, a lot thicker aluminium. I'll just show you this here. I've just pulled that pole out and you can see there that that is also bent in. So what I'm going to do is drill a hole straight through that, and then all these other holes I'm going to drill straight through. I'll get a bolt and then that'll fix it. I'm not going to show you me doing all that because that's just waste of bloody time. So I'll get all that organised and then we won't worry about doing the back wheel. We'll just do the front wheel because we know the back wheel's fine, and hopefully that'll be a done deal. Alright guys, so I've gone and I've drilled all those holes as you can see there. They got holes that side, holes that side. Obviously it's, once we've tested this out, I'll just put some touch-up paint on that just to make it look a little bit prettier. So now we've got a bolt that can go through there. That's in the finished position. That's going to be mounted on the bike. So I've drilled an extra hole all the way through. I've got a spring washer on there so that this nut, when it's sitting there, it doesn't just rattle off. So now to use it, just got to move the hole to the position, and I'll put it on the exact one where it bloody failed, which is that hole there, as you can see, that one there. Right. Put the nut through there, or bolt through there. Jeez, I get my nuts and bolts wrong. Bloody hell. Just, oh come on, get on there. So obviously this is a little bit more, well, it's not as easy as what the other way would have been, but there you go. Alright, let's go out there. Okay, version 1.1. Yes! There you go. Oh dear. Give that a bit of a push. Wriggle. I think with too much wriggling that would most probably start to bloody go, but it's because it's been raining here, so all the ground's pretty soft. I can see the stand's actually starting to sink down. I'd most probably, oh, shit, there it goes. I put a Coke can or something like that, or even a tool out of the toolbox to steady that up. But I'm happy with that now. Oh. Oh. Well, there you go, guys. I'm going to give that a pass. That has done the job. It will get the job done. Obviously, when you're using it, you just got to be careful that you don't bloody push it around like I was pushing around, and making sure that you've got a stable area. So putting a crushed Coke can or a bloody, I don't know if you've got a shifter or something in your bloody toolbox, put it under your stand, and most will be under this one if it's soft ground, which will make it all sturdy as well. Cool. So there you go. Small, lightweight, easy to stick on your bike, and hopefully get you out of trouble if you get into trouble. All right, guys. Keep on riding.